afraid of disappointing you. So I
Your source for your favorite gospel music. It's all right here on The Uplift.
Hello and welcome to Ask the Undertaker, an inside open look at the funeral home business sponsored by Golden Gate Funeral Home. Golden Gate Funeral Home is owned and operated by John Beckwith Jr. Call in right now and ask the Undertaker any questions you'd like. Ladies and gentlemen, Golden Gate Funeral Home.
Hello and welcome to Ask the Undertaker. It's an open honest look at the funeral service brought to you by Golden Gate Funeral Home and Crematory, with facilities in Fort Worth, Texas, Dallas, Texas, and Tallulah, Louisiana. I'm your host, John Beckwith Jr., and I'm joined today by two Golden Gate employees, Miss Nikki McCauley. Say hello, Nikki. And Mr. Gregory McGill. God bless you. God bless you. All right, you guys. You might say to yourself, what do these people do? And what do they do at Golden Gate Funeral Home? And why they get the opportunity to be on the Ask the Undertaker show? So Gregory McGill is a Church of God in Christ. All right. Member. So we want to say he is a religious man. He also does the programs. He does media. He works with the entire SWAT team. He does so many things at Golden Gate Funeral Home. How long have you worked here, Greg? 5th year. All right. All right. Now, Greg, they got to make sure they can hear you, so you got to project that voice for us. Nikki is also been to Marjorie College, have graduated. She's one of our apprentices here, as well as she works full-time for American Airlines. Is that correct? It's an airline stewardess. Are they called stewardess? Flight attendant, stewardess, as well as an undertaker. You guys, she works in every aspect of the funeral home here at Golden Gate. All right, what are we talking about today? I know y'all are interested and you want to know where we're going today. This is what we're talking about. We're talking about what happens when your parent passes away and they want to get remarried. What happens when one of the parents pass away and the other one wants to get remarried? So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about it today. Some people say, what do you mean? Is that a big deal? Well, let's talk about what the Bible says, what the oath of marriage is until death do us part. Until death do us part. So once death do us part, I'm no longer cheating on my husband and wife to get another one. Once death do us part, I have the right legally, morally, and before God to replace them, if that's allowed, or to remarry someone else. I just want y'all to know that that's biblical, as well as that is a part of the oath of marriage. So we're gonna start with Nikki, because we know from our study that women have the hardest problem in accepting their father or mothers getting remarried. Did you know that's a fact? Women deal with that, and I think more so because they feel like their dad shouldn't be with another woman other than mama. What do you think about that, Nikki? Should daddy get remarried?
I think so. Dad should get married him, mom. As long as like my mom and my dad, they're divorced, and my mom, she has a boyfriend, and as long as she's happy and he treats her right, then I'm okay with it.
You okay with that? And even if dad passed away, it's okay for mama, because you've been through a divorce. You know that your parents need to be happy. What about you? What about you? Let's hear from Greg. As a man, if your mother and father, and let's say like your father passed away, would you be all right with your mother remarrying someone else?
Absolutely. Still want to make sure your mom is happy.
Okay.
Dad, of course, if something like that happened to dad, he want to make sure that his wife that he leaves behind, was happy after he is gone as well.
So do you come from divorced parents?
I do.
So y'all understand, I have two people on the panel that comes from divorced parents. So therefore, you know what separation was like before death.
Right.
You knew that they were supposed to move on in life before death. What do you think about the child that didn't know about divorce, that hasn't experienced separation of their parents?
It's hard. because I was older when my parents got divorced, but I had a younger sister, so she was having a hard time with school because she was a cheerleader, and we ended up moving to Dallas, and so she was having a hard time in school in Dallas, and so yeah, it was hard for
That's
them.
because of a divorce.
Yes.
Can you imagine? Because of divorce and death is a lot of life. Can you imagine one of them died? Because it's like, who did y'all end up moving with, mom? So can you imagine not dad just being divorced, and we might can see him on the weekends, but actually being dead? And you, as you say, they have a hard time. Did anyone in your family or yourself experience that with the divorce?
My parents divorced when I was 5 or 6.
Okay.
Even though during the separation, I didn't live with mom or dad. I was raised by my grandparents.
Okay.
So
Can that happen in death? Yes, that can happen. Whereas the parents say, hey, I can't handle this child by myself, or just sometimes the grandparent will step in and say, listen, I'm better probably at raising this child than just one of you. And they'll step in and do that. That also happens in death. Well, y'all, I can tell you this. Let's talk about put yourself in that situation. Anybody ever seen the old movies, Going with the Wind? Gone with the Wind. Gone with the Now, y'all know that. Y'all too young. Like Gone with the Wind. All right. But let me tell you about Gone with the Wind. Gone with the Wind was one of the things that taught us how to act as a widow or a widower. This is the rules, you guys. This was the rules. This was the rules. When you have a spouse that passed away, you had 1 year of mourning. 1 year of mourning. You didn't date, you didn't court, you didn't do anything without at least 1 year of mourning. Also, even further back than that, you were asked to wear black. Not white, not green, not yellow, not any other blues. You were asked to wear black as respect for your husband who has passed away. Yeah, I know men didn't have the same rules, right? But some only women had that. So it was understood. As a man, you saw a woman in black, you know she was a widow. So you know not to say anything to her until she was able to change it to her different colors. People really thought because of that tradition, it made sense. Why? People thought, well, first of all, she needed time to grieve the death of her loved one. Also, out of respect, you didn't want anybody to have the rumor that she was dating someone or she was doing something while the person was sick or before their death. So 1 year had to pass before you were allowed to start to court again. What do you think about that rule? Do you think that rule should still apply, Nick?
No, I don't think
You think you ought to meet your husband at the funeral? You think that's too long? How long do you think the grieving process should be, Greg, on when your loved one passed away? How long should be the grieving process? So you get married and your spouse passed away. How long should be the grieving process when you go get another one?
Well, there is really absolutely no time frame on the grieving process, but you should allow your time, allow yourself some time to grieve before you jump into dating or, a relationship with someone else that's soon after you just lost your.
Let me say this. Today you Oprah. Today you're Dr. Phil. Today you're Dr. O. You whoever you want to be today. All right. You are the expert. What time period you want to give advice to the world right now? Give them a time period. Go.
I would give it at least 6 months.
So everybody, you said 6 months. I gave him a doctor's degree. It came back with 6 months. It came back with 6 months. So the Undertaker, this is my answer to this. As soon as they close their eyes, immediately, you are free to do your thing. As soon as they close their eyes, as soon as quick of an eye, they transform and their spirit has gone back to God, which gave it. You are immediately free to move on with another spouse, boyfriend, girl. It's immediately you need to clear your mind. Let me tell you why. Grief process does not have a time. You will always grieve your spouse if you love them. You will grieve your spouse 20 years from now. I will be grieving my spouse 100 years from now. We had something special. My new spouse position will be helping me grieve my old spouse. I'm telling you, if you're gonna marry me, you know I'm a widower, right? You know I had a spouse, you know I loved her, but she died. It's trying to get your attention, producers. The person actually died. And if the person died, you know I'm going through grieving process. Now, grieving process doesn't have a time. Every time birthday come up, I'm a grieve.
Right.
Every time Christmas come up, every time Thanksgiving, Mother's Day, Father's Day. I have kids, maybe by this person, they're going to grieve on certain moments. If you're going to marry a widow or a widower, you have to know, you have to help them with the grieving process. It's just like marrying somebody with kids. You know that comes with a package. If you marry someone who has lost a spouse, losing a spouse, understand it's going to be a grieving process for the rest of your. So when I meet you, I say, hey, are you married? They say, no, I ain't married, I'm widow. Well, I know at that point I have to decide, do I want to date this person? Do I want to spend the rest of my life with somebody that's going to be grieving the death of a person they used to be married to? You can't be jealous. Listen to this, Nikki, of a dead person. And what do you think about that? Can you imagine? Can you imagine how many people out there are jealous of dead folks? You love him more than you love me. I ain't him. I ain't gonna try to be him. I ain't her. I ain't gonna try to be. You say that's real? Talk about it. Talk about it. You think that's real? You think people out there are jealous of dead folks? Somebody that's in the ground, cremated, or whatever the case may be, they still jealous. I ain't him. Don't be trying to compare me. Listen, they are grieving. Don't date a widower if you can't handle him talking about his ex-wife. Don't date a woman that used to be married if you can't handle her talking about her ex-husband. That's just my word for advice. And you need to start moving forward. I've talked with quite a few widowers, you can imagine, in this business. And one of the things they tell me, I'm not ready, John, to date, or I'm not ready to be the man yet, because I'm still grieving. My words of advice to them is you will always grieve. So if you're waiting to get over a death, it's never going to happen. Should you be lonely? Nobody should be lonely. No, God did not intend for a man to be lonely, did not intend for a woman to. I just don't believe God wants us to be lonely, and at any age. I believe there's 3 or 4 reasons why people get married. Give me a list of why you think somebody should get married. Do you have a list? Do you have a list of why somebody should get married? You ever dated anybody? You got a list? Yeah, you got a list? Y'all ain't got a list? Ooh, let's help them today, y'all. Everybody needs a list. Everybody needs a list. There's a thing there. Yes, there's a list. It's called like pre-marriage counseling. There's a list. Pre-marriage or pre-dating. Y'all, everybody needs to be counseled before they ever get married. Right. That's right. And you need to be counseled before. Y'all, there's a thing in the Bible we'll be talking about. You need to find someone that's equally. How do I know if you're equally yoked if we don't have a list? Y'all ready to start taking notes mentally? I need y'all to have a list. Number 1, you guys, spiritually. So if I'm going to be equally yoked, I can't be a Christian and you be a Muslim and we're on the same page. I can't marry a Muslim. I am a Christian. This is going to be deep. I can't marry somebody that don't go to church because I go to church. I can't marry somebody that don't believe in death, burial, and resurrection because I bank everything on that. I can't marry somebody that don't believe in forgiveness of sins. I just need y'all to write down religion first, spirituality first. Write that down. Y'all, that has to be the number 1 thing on your list. I can't date you. 2 single people, right? I can't date you. I want y'all to remember this, because I'm probably the only one that ain't single on this list right now. I can't date you unless we are both spiritually connected and on the same level and are equally yoked spiritually in religion. I can't be converting my wife to come to church. And women, don't you have to convert a man to come to church? Don't you marry some man thinking he's going to go to church later if he ain't going to church now? If he don't believe in Jesus now, go find Jesus, come back and date me. I need you to stop by church, join it, ask a preacher, somebody, give you your right hand of fellowship so you can become a member of some body of church and you can learn more about Jesus because you ain't going to be with me, but should be no one on the list. And you know, you'll run a bad person off. If they have bad devil intentions, you say, hold on, wait a minute. I believe in God. Do you? Tell me what your belief is. Y'all listen, get that up front. Y'all ready? You know that should be on the list? Y'all ready for number 2 on the list? Financial. Financial, y'all. Financial. So if my loved one passed away, say my wife passed away, and I need another wife, right? When should I get her? What's my philosophy? Immediately. You want me to wait 6 months. You want me to wait 6 months. Whatever time period. As soon as I meet you, nurse that pronounced the day, as soon as I meet you, I'm going to say, where are you spiritually? Where are you religious? Second thing, this is what I'm going to say to, where are you financially? Did y'all write that on the You don't have to be equal to me financially, but I need to know where you are financially. Yeah, I'm not going to marry you and you ruin my credit. We need to get that straight up. I'm not going to marry you because you won't good credit. I'm just telling you, y'all, y'all got to start making a list. Everybody has to have a list. Don't you date somebody that's broke. They'll steal from you. They'll start teaching you broke habits. You got to have that on your what? List. And you got to be upfront about your financial. I'm broke. I'm broke too. But hey, let's start working together on getting our credit fixed. Let's start working together on where you work and how you work and how much income do we have. Y'all, that has to be understood. We started from the bottom, but now we're here. But listen, you guys, we got to know where we start. I can't be thinking you here and you really, I can't be thinking that you there and you're really here because we don't have some issues if you start the relationship off with lying. Don't lie about your spirituality. Don't lie about your finances. Who's afraid to ask somebody about their finances? See, a woman like yourself, you ask a man about his finances, you know what he's going to say? You'll go there. Did you know that? That's the first thing they say to women. Why you ask them how much money it matter? It do matter. If you want to be serious in this relationship, where are you with God and where are you financially? Listen, once you get those two things straight after your loved one passed away, you can move forward. There's the number 3 thing, you guys. Y'all ready? Pleasure. Talk about it on Ask Undertaker. We're all adults. Y'all listen, you should not have to cheat on your spouse. I'm just giving them a list, y'all. They where I wanted to go today. They made me go there. They told me they didn't have a list. They didn't have a list for pre-marriage counseling. You got to have a list. What's number 1? Yeah, where are you religious-wise? Number 2. I told you why, right? Okay. Number 3 is pleasure. You guys, I shouldn't have to go to work to get pleasure. I shouldn't have to go to church to get pleasure. I shouldn't have to go to my friends. I shouldn't have to go on all boys vacation, all girls vacation to get pleasure. Pleasure has to be at home. Can we pleasure each other? Y'all, that's where extreme honesty come in. Who are you? And what pleasures you? What makes you happy? What do you like to do to be happy? And you have to be extremely upfront about that. Most people, and I'll say most people, some people are ashamed of what pleasures. So they do what with it? They hide it. They do it in private. They wouldn't dare tell my husband what I really like. I wouldn't dare tell my wife who I really am. They will hate me. They will want to be with me if I tell them this craziness what you consider this craziness that pleasures you. Guys, if they cannot accept you for who you run, y'all going to end up running anyway. You want to be married until death do you part. So let's go back over the list. Let's go back over. What's number 1? What's number 2? What's number 3? Pleasure, you guys. I think Undertaker gave you that pre-marriage counseling for free, y'all. Now, some other counselors say it's more than 3 things, it's 10 things. Somebody might tell you it's 5 things. If I'm your marriage counselor, I'm going to give you at least 5, but let me give you 3 today. And let's hang there. If she's spiritually equally yoked to me, if we agree on finances, And if we agree on pleasure, I shouldn't have to wait 6 months to marry. I want to ask y'all a question. How hard, Nikki, you think it is to find a man that equally yoked to you with those just three things? Because how old are you?
I know. 39.
39 years old. So you know you've been around. How hard is it to find a man that's all three of them?
It's hard.
Three, all three. You find someone that I'm a date, someone I'm gonna be serious about, and we're equally yoked on all three of those, but I'm waiting on to marry you. I actually found someone we agree on these three things. Oh my God, that is amazing. And y'all, if you find that person, you need to grab that person and you need to hold on to that person. And shame on your children if you take your daddy in a position where he can't have that and you don't find that three. Shame on you, sons that won't let your mama move forward, but she's found those three in a man. Yo, daddy actually found that three in a woman. You got to let them have it. I always say 5 couch is gonna be what? 5, right? Y'all ready? Y'all ready to go to the next level? Number 5, family. We have to agree on our philosophy about family. Do you want children? Yeah, you have to agree on that. They say it takes 2 to have a baby. It takes 2 to make a baby. Y'all, that is not true. It only takes one that wants it and the other one that didn't stop it. Did you hear what I said? One wanted it, the other one didn't stop it. Because they wanted something else, but they ended up getting a baby. And that's why child support courts are full. That's why there's CPS situations. That's why. Y'all listen, you need to agree on it. You need to go half on the baby. I'm just telling you, you need to go half on the baby. We have to agree on family. Second thing about family, if we choose to bring and make our own family, we have to agree. Second thing about family, what is your philosophy on family? My family like to eat dinner every Sunday at my mama's house. I don't like family that much. I ain't going to your mama's house on Sunday. You like to go to your mama's house. I don't even like your mama. I ain't going to your mama's house. Now listen, every day after church, we all get together and go to dinner. I don't want to go to dinner with your family. We a family. Let's just go ourselves. Who keep the kids? And y'all listen, some people have family tradition that's very important to them. You have to be equally yoked when it comes to family. You know, family will cause you to get a divorce. Family will cause you, just like pleasure will, just like finance will, and just like spirituality will. You have to agree on family. Yeah, I know the show doesn't change on me, but let's stay there. Do you agree with it? When you meet somebody, you tell them your family values, who your family, what they're like, what you accept, what you don't. I personally, I'm telling you, I love in-laws. I'm just one of those people. I like a lot of people around the house. I love when in-laws show up and you just stay friends forever. I'm just surprised. Even if you divorce the woman or the man, that their in-laws always stay it's just something about that. Once family, always family. But that's my philosophy. That doesn't mean the person you're with, that is their philosophy. Isn't that deep? That's deep. Do you think that's important, family? Extremely important?
Yes.
All right. So let's make our list. Since y'all didn't have one, you're going to find you a husband today. They looking at you on right now. You got to make sure y'all leave 5 things with her. You're going to find today, you're going to say, I'm going to have a perfect partner because I was on ass Undertaker. 5 things. 5 things. Spirituality. Finance. Come on. Pleasure.
Family.
And family. Family. Okay. Now, check this out. Support system. That's my 5.
Oh.
How do you support a friend? How do you support a lover? How do you support a family member? What is your philosophy on support. Now you got to get that understood. So I'm gonna test y'all on these 5 in just a minute. Do y'all agree if you have those 5 things in a person that you can spend the rest of your life with? If we agree on how to support, I'm gonna tell you what my philosophy of support, and I'll come back to you. Number 1, if I got it, you got it. If we choose to be together and whatever I have, you have it. If I'm down, you up, we up. If vice versa. That's what support is. Support is I never remind you how much more I have than you. Never. If we're together, we both have it. Everybody got it. That's what I believe financial support. Support is very important. Also, I believe in wherever you need help. If I am your significant other, your spouse, your partner, I have to be there. I have to fill in that gap. So you need medical help. I have to get you some medical help. I have to get you psychological help. That's support. And if you're not going to be with me during bad times, we don't even need to start this relationship because there will be some on both sides. If my daddy died, what do you do? If my mama died, what is your role? Or if I lose a child, what is your role? And I want you to be very specific on when you say support, what does support mean to you? And then I'm looking for someone that is equally yoked to me. Y'all want to go back over the 5? It'll make me go somewhere else, y'all. It'll make me go somewhere else. Number 1, spiritually, are we equally? 2, financially. 3, number 4, and number 5. Y'all, if you find someone that has all 5 of those things, you have found what God has for you. I'm a firm believer in that. If those 5 things are in place, you have the perfect girlfriend, boyfriend, spouse, partner, whatever. You have the perfect person. Don't pass on that perfect person. What if your mama find it? Y'all easy because y'all divorced kids. If your mama found all 5, which you had. If your daddy found all 5, and it doesn't matter if my mama owned this house, my daddy lived in this house, you're okay with another woman living in your mama's house? You okay with that? Come on, tell the truth. Shame the devil. Are you okay with that? I know it happened, but were you okay?
I was happy to hear that.
Yeah, we're going to get it out of him. I'm going to squeeze this lemonade. Let's talk about it. Your mom and daddy bought this house together. And here comes this woman, Jezebel, shows up. And now you sleeping in my mama's bed. You living in my mama's house. You cooking in my mama's kitchen. My mama's grave. What do you think? What do you think? Yes or no? You say, Dad, you need to go buy another house. Y'all need to get out of his house. So y'all not ready for Dad to move on. Mama, Dad! Why he can't do it in his own house? Why he has to read? Right? So I want you to help the people. Today, we're going to bury like 21 people out. Today, we have 21 funerals. Somebody is somebody's mama. Somebody's dad. And you thinking, should they allow their mama and dad to move on? They don't find a person that does all 5 of those things with them. Is it all right they live in your mama house? It ain't your mama gone. It ain't your mama house no more. She ain't there no more.
Over it, but it's just a bit weird. But eventually you'll accept it, but it's just weird.
But y'all gonna get daddy a hard time.
I don't think I get.
You're gonna give daddy. You're gonna make daddy feel bad about it. You're gonna make daddy feel bad about it. He met her at the funeral. I bet they was dating before mama died. She couldn't wait. She a gold digger. She always wanted to get in my mama's house. Girl, get your own house. How you want to live? Don't y'all know kids have broke up more marriages and situations than anybody? You believe that? Number 5 is family, y'all. Family will get in your stuff. And let me tell you, I'm not talking to the kids right now because y'all done made up y'all mind. Y'all gonna be hard-headed. I'm talking to the parents. Forget them kids. They will go home to who they want to go home to and tell you to go home lonely. They gonna date who they want to date, but tell you to go home lonely. They'll tell you don't go to the movies, don't go to dinner, don't have somebody you talk to support you, but they got somebody. How many kids you think are guilty of that? That's a shame, man. Boy, did it hit home? You got quiet on me, man. You got quiet on me. You got quiet on me. It happens, guys. It is so unfair that we don't allow our parents to move on. I've been blessed, you guys. My mom died 23 years, almost 23 years, exactly 22 years before my dad did. So for 22 years, my dad was single. Isn't that crazy? 22 years, my dad still lived in the same house that my mama paid for. They paid for it together. So for 22 years, he was single. Was it always mama's house? As far as we was concerned, we felt like that was mama's. Now we kept her picture up in the house. So all his girlfriends had to come look at her picture. Yeah, that's mama's house. Y'all, we were bad kids. We were the worst. We were the worst, y'all. I mean, and that was crazy. It was so unfair to him for 22 years being single. He had to try to date women and put up with his kids, and they approved it. That ain't right, y'all. That ain't right. If the person meets your 5, you need to be able to move on. Agree or disagree? Yeah, listen, I also have Nice Undertaker show. We talk about 7 things every show. Y'all ready? How do you feel about choosing your own funeral grave?
I think it's important because you ought to know what you want, okay, how you want it. Make sure you go to the funeral home that actually provide that service.
Okay, so that's advice to others. What you want. And speak it, pronounce it loud. What you want, Greg, at your funeral? What you want us to do with you? Take your church, God of Christ, we're going to be dancing. And then what?
Oh, yes.
You want some dancing at your funeral?
A home on celebration.
Okay.
At the River Black Church where I belong.
Okay.
Bishop Robert M. Lucas Jr.
So you want us to take you to your church where you're a member of. You want Bishop Nicholas, because he's gonna preach it now. He'll preach. So you want that type of, because he does homegoing celebrations. I never seen him do a sad funeral.
Right.
Okay, so you want that type of service?
Okay.
You want to be viewed going in or at the end?
I want to be
at the end. So we done got all this good word from Bishop. Now we got to walk around and look at you.
That's right.
We're going to be all sad and back where we started. What about you, Nick? You want to be viewed at the beginning or at the end? All this words of encouragement going to go to waste. Open the casket at the end. That's all we going to remember. That's what y'all want. Y'all better put that in right. At the end, what kind of casket put you? What we putting you in? You work at a funeral home. A full casket. You want us to look at your toes. From head to toe. What color? What color? You want an orange casket? No, we make orange caskets, y'all.
I don't want an orange casket.
What kind of casket you want?
I do want all white casket.
All white. White on the inside, white on the outside? Okay, what about what you gonna wear? We'll put you in an orange suit?
No.
What if it's what if you die in December or something? Should we just put you in cream? Put you in a summer white at Christmas. You're gonna be looking like snow. Y'all, listen, the reason I'm giving you such a hard time is that's the way it works. You know what you want. Don't let me decide what you want. Who should make that decision? He should. What cast we putting you in when you die?
I don't know yet. I'm still trying to decide everything.
You know you're 39.
I know. I know. So I really just kind of undecided because I don't even know if I want to be here.
Hey, don't worry. If you don't make the decision, we'll make it for you. Don't worry. We got you covered. We got you covered. So, y'all, next time y'all see Nikki McCauley on this show, she's going to know if she wants to be buried or cremated. She's going to know what color casket, what kind. She's going to have to tell us that. But she do want a funeral. Remember, she told us that if she want to be viewed at the, we just go and decide what she going to wear, how she going to wear it, so far and so on. Okay. All right. So we all agree on privilege, right? And as you agree that you have to stick with what you like, put it in so we can just cover it. And please get one. Get one when, y'all, immediately. You don't have to come pay for it, but at least put it in writing. There is such thing as a free pre-need. Come to Golden Gate Funeral Home. We'll put it in the computer for you. We'll have it in writing. Something happens. Family come in. I say, hey, this is what they want. Number two, insurance. Who do you take care of now, Nikki? You have no financial responsibilities. Your mama is okay, your daddy's okay, and you have a spouse. A sibling, a sister. They're all adults. Isn't that nice, y'all? At 39 years old, she don't have to take care of nobody. If she died today, nobody will miss her salary. Isn't that amazing? Who do you want to leave money to when you die?
Right now, I have.
Who you want to give it to? I know American Airlines got some insurance. Who you gonna get at? Who the beneficiary?
My mom.
See, she gonna give somebody some money. Why your mom get the money? Why daddy get the money? You mad because he got that woman? Because he mad because he got that woman in the house? You think he gonna be tricking it out? What you think? I'm just joking, y'all. I'm just joking. Anybody you take care of? Anybody financially that you help?
Actually, no. My mom.
No children. Neither one of them have children, y'all. Neither one of them is married. Let's say it. Your mama grown?
Let's just say all four of my grandparents are still living.
And they don't need anything from you financially.
They're all financially set.
So who you gonna leave the insurance to? Who's beneficial? Why mom? Y'all ain't no good with the moms. Daddy's just get it home. We got no Father's Day, no nothing. Why mama getting the money, not daddy?
Why is my
Why mama getting the money, not daddy? Yeah, did I wish? Why mama? Your daddy's some money. The bottom line is, y'all, you decide who your beneficiary is. It doesn't matter if Mr. Beckwith is joking, giving people a hard time. Everybody know who you want to take care of financially, who I want to bless financially, who I'm going to leave my things to. I make that decision, but whatever you do, please leave something to someone. Y'all, I don't have the pleasure y'all have. I have 2 children that still depend on me financially. 2 children go off to college next year, Howard University and Abilene Christian University. 2 children that's 100% expecting me to pay their tuition. Take them on vacation this summer, feed them. They are 100% depending on me. Isn't that something? Y'all, they're too young to be beneficial. I can't leave them $1. I cannot leave them $1. I have to say, Jack, here's the money. I'm entrusting you to take care of both. Jack, here's the money. I'm entrusting you to take care of Hank. Did y'all get that? Because whatever you do, don't you leave it to irresponsible kids. Don't ever leave it to a 19-year-old. Never. Because they're immature, they're going to blow it, they're going to tweak it off, they're going to give it to them, and when they need it the most, it ain't going to be there. Give it to an adult you trust. Now, y'all hear me talk about the Cinderella story all the time. Don't give it to the wicked stepmother. You got to be careful now, because the wicked stepmother may not take care of your kids. Make sure, because remember, they're nice in front of you, but you need to find out if they're really nice people and are they going to do the right thing with the money. You guys, also, there's a thing called a last will testament. Now, y'all young, y'all single, no children. Do you own anything? Do y'all own like clothes? Y'all have a car? Y'all have anything? Who you leaving it to? I saw what you did. Ooh, that's deep. I know. Y'all anybody glad Nikki on this show today because she needed this?
Yes, I did.
You gotta leave it to somebody. Your car, because you drive a nice car, Nikki. You gotta leave it to somebody. Your clothes, it got to go to somebody. It's called a last will testament.
Probably get my clothes.
No. She ain't gonna if you don't write it down. You got to say it. Sister get clothes. So and so get cars. So and so get this. So and so get the rocking chair. Where you getting your stuff?
Probably might be somebody.
She said probably, and they sound like he is. Can he give stuff to minors? No. He can give it to an adult to make sure the minor has it. So I want you to redo your will. Put in it who's going to take care of your niece and your nephew. Give it to that person to make sure they give it to them and make sure they can properly use it and properly keep up with it. Because how's your niece? There you go. Where they gonna store a car? When they gonna drive it? You understand where I'm coming from, y'all, right? Make sure minors needs guardians. You have to trust the guardian and give it to the guardian. You can't wait till a 5-year-old turn 18 to give them a 20-year-old car. They need to ride to school tomorrow. So give it to somebody that has driver's license that can let them when they needed to go to soccer practice or whatever. I know I made somebody look better right now. Everything you own, y'all, check this out, has to be in writing. Everything you own has to be in writing. And you have to trust somebody. They're going to take care of everybody that you owe, that your bill's going to be paid. And everything you own will be distributed to who you want it to be distributed to. Thank y'all for being on the show. Y'all just don't know how much y'all helping others that's listening to young people. How old are you, Greg? 34. Got a 34-year-old, a 39-year-old. These are what we're trying to reach. These are the people we're preaching to. And y'all believe it or not, there's some folks out there my age. I'm a lot older than y'all are. There's some folks out there my age. I'm 56 years old. That still ain't got number one together. Pre-need. Still ain't got insurance. Still got the wrong beneficiary. Still don't have something in writing on who's going to who. And y'all, listen, I'm almost 20 years older than y'all are? Isn't that something? Y'all think y'all gonna live another 20 years? You pray to, right? Well, I'm there. You need to start getting yourself together because everybody don't live to my age. Let me just say that. I feel like these are my kids over here. Did you know my daughter is older than you are? Ain't that so? And my daughter is what, a year younger than you are? Y'all my children age. Y'all, let's move on. Let's go. We got insurance. We got whatever. Come on. Pre-need. We got last will and testament number 4. Check this out. Living week. So you guys, within the last 3 weeks, and I want to make sure I don't try to scare somebody if y'all think I'm exaggerating. There's a young man at my church that works security with me that had a stroke. He's a workout guy. And he had a stroke. Like he works out all the time. So Nick is a personal trainer, you guys. She works out all the time. This young man worked out all the time, and he had a stroke. Security at one of my churches, Mount Rose Church. My other church is Mount Rose. Security that works there. I buried his sister one day. Now the next day, he has a heart attack and become disabled. He works security, good shape. He protects other people for a living. Bury your sister one day, the next day, massive heart attack, disabled. Just walked back into the church last week in my St. John location. 2 locations, both security, both great shape, both had strokes. Isn't that crazy, y'all? Here at the funeral home, my cousin that works with me just had a stroke. Last week, y'all know him. Okay, did you know he had a stroke? A stroke, like working on being able to walk again. Young man, 10 years younger than I am. I can't make this stuff up. Stroke, y'all, this is all within the last 3 weeks. Now, let's talk about the lady that's over the security, the escort company. She just had a stroke last week. Had a stroke, younger than I am. Had a what? Yeah, I can't even make this stuff up. Jamie Foxx, just a couple weeks ago, had a, I'm one person that knows that. Does Jamie look like he's in pretty good shape? Jamie look like he's in the best of shape. Y'all know Michael Johnson, the guy used to run the track, like fast person in the world, went to high school with him. Michael had a stroke one time. He owns the gym that everybody works out in. Y'all know a few years ago he had a stroke. A stroke. Y'all listen. People think that strokes were old folks. You think strokes don't happen to 39-year-olds or people that don't work out every day. We think that we're not going to become disabled because we are young. Y'all 20 years younger than I am. And you really think strokes are supposed to be for my age, not yours. But I just gave you. That's not the case, is it? What's going to happen with you if you have a stroke today and can't take care of yourself? What are we going to do with you? I'm not. Come on, talk to him. He's whispering over here, y'all. If you have a stroke today, what am I going to do with you? Am I taking you to your mom's house? Taking you to a nursing home? What am I going to do with you when you have a stroke? Where are you going right now? Today you have a stroke, disabled. What I'm doing with your life? It's not me. What I'm doing with you. But you need to put that in right. You need to tell us exactly where your grandparents are young enough in a situation they can take care of you and wipe your butt and feed you and give you medicine and ride you around in a wheelchair. No, seriously. That's what happens when you have stroke. Where you going?
My mom and my sister.
At least you write that in. Right. You don't want to go nursing home? We don't want you to we go buy a visit. Maybe not. But I need you to put that in writing. We call that on the Ask the Undertaker show a living will. Do you have a living will? Do you have a living will? Do you have it right what you want us to do with you if you have a stroke? I can tell you what to do with me. Throw me in the garbage. Take me to a nursing home. I don't want anybody to give up their life to take care of me. Not, if I have a stroke, heart attack tomorrow, y'all listen, put me in a nursing home somewhere. I don't want nobody to stop living their life. I don't want none of my kids. I don't want Jackie. I don't want anybody to have to take care of me. If I have a stroke, they pay people. Y'all, that's what nursing homes. What's what Medicaid is for? Go put me in. I didn't do my parents like that, but do it to me. Go live your life and let me go and die out of mine. So let me go and lay around or whatever. Go live your life. Now, with the people that love me, agree with me. Maybe, maybe not. But I don't want them to feel guilty. Because my wish is for you not to stop living your. Should you be able to get remarried if I have a stroke? Divorce me. On the stroke bed. Divorce me. Leave me. Go live your life. That's how I feel. It's because y'all all selfish. That's why y'all looking like that. Living wills. Whatever you believe in, you put it right. If that's what I believe in, I have to put that in. So my family don't come back to my, she ain't no good because he did this. No, that's what he said he wanted. All right, let's move on. If you have a bank account, you guys, you have to have a beneficiary on every bank account. I know y'all got bank accounts, so we do direct deposit, go to gate. Put a beneficiary on your bank account. All right. Now let's move on. Who's going to be in charge of your funeral? You go. Your mom in charge of your funeral. Who's in charge of your funeral? Your sister. Now you know that daddy y'all gave nothing to is equal next to kin. He can come in here and fight your mama. He can come in here and cancel your funeral. The one you left nothing to. You know the one that's going to be tricky. You know the one that you ain't even thought about. I just want to tell you, they equal next to kin. They don't even like your mom because they divorced. They're going to do it just to hurt your mom. How do I avoid that, Mr. Beckwith? Right of disposition. So when you leave out your day, you go to the next room right over here. There's a sheet of paper that say right of disposition. Put your mama in charge. Sign it, get family notarized. We'll do it for you free. And give that to your mama. And if your daddy show up, she'll be able to show him a sheet of paper. But if you don't get that to your mama, the one you didn't get no money to, the one you don't show up and that includes your funeral. But anyway, y'all do that. I got 2 minutes. Who's gonna be your right of disposition? Your mom.
Yeah.
You're gonna make your sister the second.
Okay.
Who's gonna be your right of disposition after today? And if you don't, what can happen? And do what? He don't even like you. He gonna creep at you. No, I'm just joking. Right of disposition. And if you listen to me, if you have children, remember all your children equal next to kin. Equal next to kin, guys. This is big. One child can do the food, and they do sometimes. If you want your sister in charge, you want your mom in charge, you want your daddy in charge, please put him in charge. Please, please, pretty please, with sugar on it. Get a right of disposition so we don't have an argument at a funeral home. All right, you guys, the last thing, I'm gonna let you go. How many minutes I got? I got 1. Where's all your stuff? Where's your insurance policy? Where's your bank account? Who has the account number? Who has the routing number? Where's all the stuff you hide? Where is it? And who knows where it is? You have to trust one person to tell them where everything is. Before the day is over, email one person you trust where everything is. What's the combination to the safe? Where's the key to the lock? It's something I've hid, it's something I got somewhere. But if I die today, or if I can speak no more, one person needs to know where to go get my stuff. Fair enough. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. You guys, I didn't tell them to the last second they were going to be on the show. Seriously, y'all. Like the show get ready to start 1 minute. I say, come in here, y'all on the show today. I love it because I like to catch people off guard. I want you to prepare because I'm going to take you there. Y'all, thank you so much for being a part of Ask the Undertaker. We're going to see you next Saturday. We're going to be right here from 9 to 10 o'clock a.m. Y'all, don't forget about the morning drive on Monday morning. May God bless you. May God keep you is our prayer.
Listening to Ask the Undertaker, an inside open look at the funeral home business sponsored by Golden Gate Funeral Home, with locations in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, and Tallulah, Louisiana, all under the direction of owner and operator John Beckwith Jr. To reach Golden Gate Funeral Home, call 214-941-7332. That's 214-941-7332, or check out their website at www.goldengatefuneralhome.com. Join us next week right here on the upliftlive.com.